Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Discover Horses at Chesapeake Therapeutic Riding. I have Victor here with me today. He is a 20-year-old quarter horse and he is one of the longest standing horses that we have here at CTR. Today he's going to be helping us do a demo to help you learn about the parts of the horse. So stay tuned. Today we are going to learn about parts and anatomy of the horse. And in the description below, you will find the link to this handout for this week. You'll recognize a familiar face on there. It looks a lot like our guy Victor over here. And before you continue with this video, you can try seeing which parts of the horse that you know already by matching the number with the corresponding part of the horse below. So for now, if you would like to do that before we continue, be sure to pause. Otherwise, we're going to continue labeling Victor with the parts of the horse that match this worksheet. All right, so the first part of the horse that we have is number 22. That is the croup. And we remember the word croup because it rhymes with the word poop. And the croup is right on top of their hindquarters, right here. So you can remember it that way. Number 15 is the elbow. Horses have elbows just like us. His elbow is right here. Yes. Number 24 is the back, just like you and I. Victor has a back, which is where we would sit if we were riding him. Number 8 is the withers, and the withers of the horse are sort of this bumpy area here at the base of their neck. Number 12 is the chest, or his pectoral muscles. Horses have a very powerful chest. We're going to put it right here. You can imagine by the end of this, he's going to be covered in white paper. Next, we have the mane, which is number 10. Now, Victor's mane, you can come with me because Victor's mane is on the other side. Bro's on the other side. Just ready for his close-up. Victor's mane is right here. It's this long hair on his neck. And their mane, the nerve endings on their mane are very strong. In fact, sometimes when you're learning how to ride, you can hold on to the mane so you don't lose your balance. All right, number 1 is the ears. And horses have 2 ears, just like we have 2 ears. But we can tell a lot about a horse by looking at their ears. You can tell how a horse is feeling. If their ears are pinned back, that means they are not so happy. If they're forward, they're usually alert or looking at something. Victor is feeling very impatient today. If you'll notice his behavior behind me, he wants to go outside and be with his friends and eat his head. And he is making that known. But his ears are here, and you'll see if you watch the white paper that their ears are constantly moving. You're going to see that white paper constantly moving back and forth. Number 9 is the neck. Horses have powerful necks. That goes there. All right. Number 11 is the shoulder. His point of the shoulder is right here. He has one on each side. Some of these parts you'll notice, a lot of the same parts that we have, so hopefully you were able to fill some of these out before we started. The chestnut is number 18. We're going to have to go up a little bit closer to him, and we'll zoom in, and I'll show you what it looks like down here. That kind of crusty piece of skin there is the chestnut, and no one really knows why they have them. They don't really serve any purpose, but in the scientific world, some believe that they're inherited from early horses. Eohippus, which was an early ancestor of the horse that lived 50 million years ago. So the chestnuts grow and then they fall off, but they really don't serve much of a purpose. Next we have the knee, which is number 13, and he has 2 of them right here. You can see he's constantly stomping his feet because he's ready to go. And number 7 is his throat, which is under here. We also have a throat. All right, he's modeling the next one very nicely. Number 4 is the nostril. Horses have 2 nostrils and they have a very good sense of smell. If we zoom in on his nostril a little bit, you'll see some whiskers on him. These help him feel his surroundings, especially in the dark. So they are very important that we don't shave those off of his nose. But the nostrils are the 2 holes on his nose, which he probably will not keep on. Number 3 is the eye. I'm not going to put this right on his eye, but horses have the biggest eye of any land mammal. And they have very good sight. The only thing, they can pretty much see 360 degrees around them. They have a blind spot directly in front of them and a blind spot directly behind them, which is why we don't ever walk behind the horse. I'll put that up here. All right, number 6 is the jaw, which is kind of this area right here. Their jaws have a lot of teeth in them. Oh my goodness, Victor, you're a mess. And the forelock is number 2, and the forelock is this little tuft of hair on top of, in between their ears. It's kind of a continuation of their mane. I always remember it by thinking it's on their forehead, and it's a lock of hair. Number 5 is the muzzle, right near the nostrils. Maybe I won't put it right over his nostril. Their muzzles are very soft and they have those whiskers on them that we talked about. Victor normally does not mind this activity at all. You can see he really wants to go outside. The tail is number 21. So we're moving to the back of the horse a little bit. We're going to put it right on his tail. Now they use their tails to swat at the flies, especially in the warmer months. But they're you're so cute. I can't handle it. They use their tails in the warmer months to swat the flies and keep the bugs off of them in the summer. All right, the girth is number 16, and that's this area right here. If you're familiar with riding, you know that we put a girth on the saddle to hold the saddle on the horse. It's a very important part of the saddle. So the girth goes on the girth of the horse. Barrel is number 17, and his barrel is his big round belly that houses his ribs, and it kind of looks like a barrel. If you take this part and this part, it looks like a big barrel. All right. His hip is number 23. It's right here. He has one on each side. His hock is number 20, and those are on his hind legs. He has one here and one on the other side. And our last 2, I guess he took off his nostril, so that does not count. Our last 2, we have the pastern, which is right down here. It'll be sort of hard to get something to stick there. We'll see. Kind of behind his leg there. And then the hoof is number 14. He has 4 of them, and hoofs are made out of the same material that our fingernails are made out of. So they're constantly growing. And we will get into that as we get further into our episodes of Discover Horses. But I hope you learned some parts of the horse and that you got your worksheet all filled out. And we'll see you in the next segment.
We hope you enjoyed Victor's silly shenanigans learning parts of the horse, and now it's time to get up so that you can get moving.
Whoa and go!
Hi, welcome to the Whoa and Go section of our programming. We hope you had a chance to look at session 2 from last week, where we went over footfalls. The 3 footfalls we went over, we're going to quickly review. One is the walk. That's a 4-beat, slow. Megan and Molly are going to demonstrate it. You can do it with your hands also if you want to tap your legs. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is a trot, and that's a faster 2-beat, not a run, kind of a jog. And the last one we have is the canter. Canter is a 3-beat. You can do it with your hands. Kind of looks like a little gallop, and we're going to use those for our game today. So let's get up and get moving and see if you can follow along. We have a little track set up here, and Megan and Molly are going to be going around it. I'm going to be calling out what they have to do, but we're also going to add one more, and that is whoa. And when we teach our students here at CTR, we practice a lot of times just with their hands out in front and to bring it back and say whoa. So if you can try that at home, bring your hands back. Whoa! So whenever I tell them to whoa when they're going around the track, that's what they need to do. So, are you ready, Molly and Megan? We're going to go clockwise. And the first thing we're going to do is just start off with a walk. And let's change it to a canter. That's your 3-beat. And if we change leads, we're going to go the opposite direction, so the opposite foot's leading. Good job. And let's whoa! And we're going to go right back to a canter. 3 beats. Take it down to a trot. Right up to a canter, 3 beats. Change leads. That means we're going to go the opposite direction, different foot leading. Take it down to a trot. Nice work. And walk. Review. We've got the walk, a nice slow 4-beat. We've got the trot, quick or 2-beat. And then if you remember, we have a canter, 3 beats. Practice it at home, do it with your friends, make it a game, have fun, and get moving.
We hope you enjoyed this week's video, learning about parts of the horse with Victor and reviewing the footfalls of the horse in their gaits. Like Gail said, you can make that game for yourself at home. If you want to make the little cards, you can go outside with friends and play that so that you're active until our next video comes out. Stay tuned for a short quiz after this.
Where are the horse's blind spots located? A, next to him, B, directly in front of him, C, directly behind him, or D, both B and C? If you answered D, both B and C, you are correct. What can the position of a horse's ears tell us? A, they are angry, B, they are happy, C, they are scared, or D, all of the above? If you answered D, all of the above, you are correct. How do we ask our horses to stop at CTR? A, pull back on the reins and say whoa, B, yell stop, C, pull back on the reins, or D, say whoa. If you answered A, pull back on the reins and say whoa, you are correct.
This episode is sponsored by the Morris A. Mechanic Foundation. For more information about Chesapeake Therapeutic Riding, please visit ctrchanginglives.org. If you would like to see more programming like this, please click subscribe, turn on notifications, and like our episodes. Thank you.